Transmission received. O5 Council ID detected. Playing log now.
Lambda-14 debriefing documents. Priority target GOI 116 Ambrose Restaurants. Status active. Threat level yellow. Non-hostile. Normalcy threatening. Mobile Task Force Lambda-14 1-star reviewers is a task force which specializes in retail-oriented locations and anomalies, be they singular restaurants or entire shopping districts displaying anomalous properties. Since their initial investigation of an Ambrose restaurant, MTF Lambda-14 has concentrated on dealing with this specific group, in whatever form they might take. Lambda-14 is comprised of 2 containment teams, 50 mobile agents, 10 thaumaturgy specialists, and 20 anomalous art specialists. They are based out of Containment Site 34 in Southern California, though their nature as an MTF means that they don't stay there for very long. Known bases of operations: Portland's Backdoor Soho, London. Rules of engagement: GOI 116 associated subjects are non-hostile and typically attempt to flee when confronted by Foundation personnel. Some subjects are known to possess anomalous properties which may pose a threat. Approach with caution and do not engage in combat unless instigated. Persons of interest: Chaz Ambrose, male, age unknown, believed to be the founder of GOI 116, baseline human, but is known to possess minor Class 5 anomalous properties. Marius, no surname is known, co-owner presumed to control the business side of GOI 116. Ambrose Restaurants. About us. The Ambrose Restaurant is a chain restaurant found in almost every extra-dimensional port of call, from the bustle and reign of 3 Portlands to the high-tech high streets of Urtech. We have locations around the world, though they are a little more difficult to find. Our ethos is to provide a remarkable culinary experience for a very reasonable price, all without compromising on taste, texture, or customer satisfaction. You can be sure that you will receive the best possible dishes when you arrive at our restaurant, and the strange and peculiar will be present in every bite, sip, or slurp. We here at Ambrose use all sorts of experimental techniques, ingredients, and tools to ensure your dining experience will be unlike any other. A word from our founders. The world is a strange and wondrous place, and anyone who's visited 3 Portland's Jurassic Quarter will know that it's not the most friendly either. I invite you to let Ambrose be a safe harbor for you to enjoy the unusual delights of the universe, without the horror, without the strife, without needing to concern yourself with anything beyond what you order. If you ever see our sign, no matter who you are, you have my word that you'll find something to suit your tastes. Chaz Ambrose. Our objective as a business is to provide excellent dining to all parts of the anomalous community. We shall continue to create establishments in locations where this would prove to be financially sustainable, and seek out new talent to help develop new and interesting recipes for our kitchens. Marius. Ambrose, London. 4-course pre-free with optional wine selection. First course. 1. Cockatrice pot stickers. Prepared with demanding care to ensure no poison is in the meat. Ambrose, London is proud to be the first restaurant to serve cockatrice meat, noted for a sour and creamy taste quite unlike any other. 2. Baked potato bug. conceptually produced by a large potato. These crickets are entirely composed of potato matter and deep-fried for flavor, garnished with bacon, sour cream, onion, and melted cheese. 3. Yesterday's bruschetta. Grilled toast topped with olive oil, tomato, and mozzarella. All ingredients used in the making sourced from at least 100 years in the past using time travel techniques, allowing for different tastes compared to today. Second course. 1. Eternal stew. This is not your grandmother's perpetual stew, one that has only lasted for a month or two. Ambrose London has acquired an eternal stew, which has been in production for over 2 millennia, giving it a one-of-a-kind taste 2,000 years in the making. 2. Lunar Gruyere Fondue. The moon might not be made of cheese, but the daemons of Lavania are renowned for their dairy products, served with a rotating selection of types of bread, prepared fresh in-house each day. 3. Alexilvin corn soup. Using a recipe sourced from the Culinary Institute of Alexilva, this dish blends ancient Roman and American Cherokee cooking in an out-of-this-world way. Contains 3 varieties of corn, blended with cheese and honey. Main course. 1. Crab stuffed mushrooms. A rare mushroom from a hard-to-reach forest in northern Oregon, stuffed with 3 different species of crab, including the Alaska king, Marianas blue, and Greek behemoth. Sweet and tender with a subtle aftertaste. A popular selection at Ambrose, New York, not to be missed. 2. Caviar platter. A choice selection of 8 fine and exotic varieties of caviar, including coelacanth, salmon of knowledge, duros, and even an egg from the kraken that attacked the Fay Isle of High Brazil in 1988. 3. 5 senses linguine. Designed to induce temporary, artificial, total sensory synesthesia. Experience food on every level: taste, smell, sight, hearing, and touch. An indescribable experience, served with a house-made pesto. Dessert. 1. Dragon's Baked Alaska. Prepared fresh at the table using the breath of one of our in-house Draconis domesticus, commonly known as the miniature domesticated dragon. The use of an organic flame gives the meringue a clean and smooth taste. 2. Volcano cake. Using simple magical principles, this is a simple chocolate lava cake which has been adapted to erupt with melted chocolate after being served. Has a dark, smooth taste with a slightly spicy kick. 3. Fruits of the Gods. A selection of rare and mystical fruits from all over the world, including underworld pomegranate seeds, El Doradan golds, derived from the common orange, and brandy-infused strawberries. Ask your server for the current seasonal offerings. Wine. 1. Champagne of youth. Magically treated to ameliorate the effects of advanced age for a brief time after drinking, easing aches and pains. Noted for a sharp taste with hints of ginger. Best paired with the caviar platter. 2. 1000-Year Merlot. Aged in a temporal isolation vault with a vastly accelerated time differential compared to the norm. While the grapes used to produce the wine were picked last year, the wine itself is effectively aged for over 1,000 years. 3. Rubido Reserve. For the more esoteric palate, Rubido Reserve is transmuted from human blood using forbidden alchemy, noted for a distinctive taste with notes of blood, dry paper, and a blue cheese finish. Base 700 GBP. With wine 850 GBP. Disclaimer: Champagne of Youth is not a youth potion. Disclaimer: Rubido Reserve. No humans were killed in the making. Yal.slp. Reviews hosted by Oniroy. London Underground. 5 stars. If you are looking for fine dining, look no further than Ambrose Restaurant's new London location. While other Ambrose locations cater to more plebeian clientele, Ambrose London is an upscale location in the heart of London itself and is a prime choice for anyone looking for a nice dinner. I was recommended to Ambrose London by my Marshall, Carter, and Dark sales representative after particularly enjoying their selections at the Pretty Penny restaurant line and some of their licensed food options with Ambrose restaurants, such as the Phoenix a la mode. I would consider this new location to be a worthy equal to those restaurants, and an ideal choice for fine dining. Truly, I have no qualms to voice with this location. The service was impeccable and polite, the meals were cooked and served quickly, and everything was delightful in taste. Although pricey, the rarity of all the meals served more than justifies the cost. Where else in the world does one have the opportunity to dine upon kraken eggs, or have a live dragon come to the table? Ambrose London offers an experience that cannot be rivaled or found anywhere else in the entire world. The dishes that I ordered under their excellent prix fixe menu, which I found to have both good selection and pricing, were the baked potato bug, the lunar gruyere fondue, the caviar platter, the dragon's baked Alaska, with a bottle of Rubido Reserve. Each was well prepared and absolutely delicious. While the baked potato bug calls to mind a different kind of establishment, one that caters to a somewhat lower clientele, I found it to be excellently prepared, and that the exotic origin of the bug made up for the base subject matter, unnaturally generated along with conceptual potato-based matter spawned from what may be the conceptual ideal of a potato. As such, this was the best execution of the dish possible. My only negative word to say concerning Ambrose London is that I was not able to eat everything. As such, I eagerly await my next visit. 3 Portland's Times. 4 stars. Easily accessible from 3 Portlands through Isle of Portland entrances, short walk from train station once within London. Reservations not currently long, but anticipated to grow quickly. May reach several months in advance. Service impeccable, food to match. Vegetarian options at every course of Fipri, although generally only a single option. Adequate full menu contains more options. One menu option, baked potato bug, could be labeled more clearly as non-vegetarian. While composed of plant matter was previously sentient organism. Dish served with bacon. Could have noted that it is not veg without bacon. Yesterday's bruschetta did not taste significantly different from a modern version of the dish. Tomato slightly different in taste, otherwise similar. Alexiovan soup was suitable. The recipe may have been out of this world, but the flavor was fitting to this world. The 5 senses linguine made up for the mediocrity of the previous 2 servings. Completely foreign experience and rather pleasurable. Would not recommend for all, however. Fruits of the Gods was a good selection, with the name suitable for the fruits served. Good selection all around. 1000-year Merlot exquisite, in contrast to the bruschetta. Alternate temporal origin worked better for this dish, complemented and enhanced it well. Wine paired well with other courses. The Holy Grail. 1 star. I had the worst diarrhea of my life after having the 4-course pre-fee. I ordered the baked potato bug, the eternal stew, the crab stuffed mushroom, and the dragon's baked Alaska. It all started very soon after I got home that night. Almost immediately after I did, I was struck by this horrible pain in my stomach, and I rushed to my bathroom as fast as I could. I spent the next 3 hours in absolute agony, as my bowels ripped themselves apart, bound themselves back together, and like Prometheus, mercilessly repeated the process 100 times. I began to hallucinate that I was not alone in my bathroom, but grappled with a vision of 1,000 demons in hell like Dante. 1,000 monsters surrounded me, menacing me. This may have been nothing more than a hallucination, but it was horrifying. And then, in a final moment of horror, there was a tormentous moment of agony as my bowels emptied themselves, which seemed to last no less than 100 years. The time on the bathroom clock, in its taunting menace, did not change. With that completed, I have but a singular memory of collapsing unconscious onto the floor of my bathroom, blacking out. During my blackout, I had a vision of eternal and heavenly bliss. A choir of angels surrounded me, singing blessed psalms and delivering me from evil. I danced among the clouds, free from the pain and agony that had grappled me earlier. It was nothing short of divine enlightenment, and I have become a devout Catholic afterward. I woke up after that vision slumped into the doorframe of a Catholic church. A large part of the reason as to why I am now a Catholic. Fully clothed and entirely clean, I quickly learned I was in Marrakesh, with no recollection of how I arrived there from London. I still do not know, to this day. I had to tear down and completely renovate my bathroom after the sordid events of that night, and am currently involved in a lawsuit against Ambrose restaurants to pay for damages. I do not recommend dining at any of their establishments. That being said, the meal was absolutely delicious. Doctor's note. I really wish upper management would just choose what they want me to do. I was doing the top hits from every December, and then suddenly they said you're reassigned to doing Ambrose. And I mean, I'm a fan of Ambrose restaurants. I've been to a couple of them. They're pretty good for what they are. I wouldn't go every single day, as it would break the bank on the salary that they give me. But, it's still fun. I guess I don't mind reading through some of these different Ambrose restaurant dossiers. It'll give me a good chance to figure out which one I want to go next or to go to again.